What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the top 5 stocks you should be buying this month of June. All of these stocks are setting up very nicely on the chart. They're around areas where buying pressure could start to come in and drive the price even higher. If you're going to enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more investing content like this. Also, if you want to be a part of a free Discord community, make sure to check out the Discord channel in the description down below. So now that we have the chart pulled up, the first stock I want to get into is Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. Apple is not only a great long-term stock, as we can see they've been maintaining this nice uptrend throughout the past 2 years actually, but recently they've been setting up on the chart really nice, and this is why I have them number 1 on the list. As we can see, they have this nice trend line on the daily time frame that they've been maintaining over the past few months. Now also, if we keep in mind, they have this major resistance area right at 138, and they're kind of starting to form this ascending triangle. Now every time Apple comes down to this trend line, this is very key that buyers are stepping in. We can see that it fell to this trend line over here and the stock continued to go up, as well as over here again. So given the fact that Apple is right on this trend line, as we can see, they fell to this trend line on Thursday, I believe, and then on Friday, buyers stepped in and drove the price even higher. So Apple is a definite buy right now. If they can close above this 20 SMA, we should definitely start to see a rise in the stock up to their next resistance areas, which is right around here if I point this out. The next resistance area is right around 135. This is about a 9% move in the stock if you ride this right back up to where they fell from. Now this is a great swing trade, or you could even buy it long term, as I said before. Now once they test this 135 area, if they can break above, then the next level we should see is 138. Now also keep in mind that Apple has earnings coming up on July 29th, so over a month out from now. They should maintain this ascending triangle pattern, but come earnings season, once they report, they may gap up above this resistance area or even break this pattern, so keep that in mind. If you're looking to just swing the stock, definitely lock partials as it reaches this 135 area and leave a few to ride even higher. So that's the first stock. As I said before, easy buy in my opinion, right on this major trendline support. And getting into stock number 2, we have Netflix, which is NFLX. And what I like about Netflix is that they're right near their support levels. As we can see on the chart, they have a major support level right around 470.50 and a second one which is a little bit lower at around 469. So this is their, pretty much you could say, area of value. Every time the stock falls to this area on the chart, the stock starts to bounce, we see some buying pressure start to kick in, and the price will go even higher. Now, as I said before, another key thing to keep in mind is that ever since they broke above 470, they've never been below it. So that shows that this support area is very strong on the chart. They broke above, and ever since falling back down, they consistently start to bounce. Now, if we get into what has been happening in the shorter term with Netflix, as we can see, they had earnings and they gapped down, and they've been downtrending ever since. Now, they had this like little double bottom right here on the support line, and ever since forming that, they started to bounce up, closing above this 20 SMA. Now, if we go even closer, we'll start to see that we kind of got this shooting star candlestick right here. This shows that the sellers are kind of in control and that we should start to see short-term downside for the stock. However, what I would like to see with Netflix is that we get rejected on this 20 SMA, we head back to the support line, and that's where we'll ultimately start to bounce back up to the upside. Now, keep in mind, they do have this huge gap on the daily time frame from earnings, so this is a huge gap to fill. It's only a matter of time until Netflix fills this gap towards the upside. So I would start building your position on Netflix within the next few days as they start to reach around this 480, 485 level. This is a great area to buy Netflix. Their all-time high is right around almost $600. So if you're buying around 480, then you have about $120 upside if it can retest their previous all-time highs. Now, if you're buying this stock and looking to swing, I would swing it back up to around this 505 area where they have resistance. If they can break above that, the next level we should start to see is 515, and then obviously from the top where this gap started to fill. So Netflix is a great buy in my opinion. As I said before, only a matter of time until they fill that huge gap on the daily time frame. And also they have earnings coming up soon, so we may even see a gap up from earnings or even a run up, so that is also nice to see. Now the next stock we'll be getting into is PENN National Gaming, which is PENN. Now I love PENN. I've made a few videos on them in the past, and I ultimately like them because it's easy to trade stocks whenever they're in an uptrend. As you can see, similar to how Apple was forming on the shorter time frame, we'll see that PENN again has been maintaining this nice upward trend. Every time they fell, the dip got bought up and they continue to make newer highs. Now, recently, ever since PENN started closing below all these moving averages and ultimately closing below the trend line, they fell even lower. Now, I don't think PENN is going to continue to fall. If we zoom out a little bit further, we'll also see that PENN is right there on a nice support level. This was previously acting as resistance, but as we all know, once it breaks above, it can now act as support. And given the fact that it started to bounce slightly over here, and they also started to kind of close above this 20 SMA, I'm very bullish on PENN. Also, if we look at PENN from their all-time high, which is at 142, they're down about 46%, which is a very big pullback for the stock. As I said before, I don't think they're gonna continue to fall. They're right around that major support level. So definitely start actually building your position on PENN pretty soon. As we can see, they're around $80. I would start to add a few shares, even some month out call options. But as they start to get to the $75 area, this is where I would go heavy in the stock. So that is PENN. This is one of my favorites for the top 5 stocks of June. And let me know if you'll be buying PENN in the comment section down below. Now, the next stock we'll be getting into is Salesforce, which is ticker symbol CRM. Now, Salesforce is one I've been keeping on my watch list pretty recently. If we also zoom out a few more years, which is actually 3 years out, they haven't been really going anywhere. They've been trading sideways early on until they started to pop off and have this monster earnings, and they had this gap up. Ever since reporting that great earnings, they've been downtrending ever since. So this is something to keep an eye with Salesforce. But ever since downtrending, as we can see, if I show you in just a little bit, we'll see that they actually broke out of this downtrend. And a downward channel breakout can be one of the most explosive patterns to trade. They present a lot of upside opportunities. As we can see, this overhead resistance was an area that they previously kept getting rejected at, and the price would fall, get rejected at, and the price would fall. Right here on this recent earnings, they gapped above this resistance area, shown a support right here with that wick, and now the price is going up even higher. So definitely go long on Salesforce. I do see a lot of upside with this stock. And if we go for price targets, the next level we should start to see is right around $250. So that's about a $13 move to the upside. If they can break above that, then we'll definitely see $265, which is next. I love Salesforce. As I said before, downward channel breakouts are one of the best patterns to trade. So let me know if you'll be buying Salesforce as well. And last but not least, we have Square, ticker symbol SQ. And Square, similar to Apple, is another great long-term company. They've shown nice growth over the past few years, and actually setting up similar to Netflix on the chart though, they have a major support line which is right around 203. And then the next support line after that is at 192. So if we also zoom in a little bit closer, we'll see that ever since they fell below all these moving averages again, it's been hard for them to go back up in price, but they found very nice support right around those two areas that I talked about, and they started to bounce. Right now, we could also see that Salesforce has a similar to a shooting star almost, and that the sellers were in control on Friday. So definitely expect a little bit of a short-term downside to Square, back to this support line, but once it reaches this 203 level, I ultimately see it bouncing back up to the upside. So definitely keep an eye on Square this week and throughout the month, because as we can see, every time Square had a major dip on the stock price, the buyers stepped in and the price started to go up even higher. They never quite got back to their all-time high pretty recently, but this is another major dip for the stock, falling about 30%, which is very huge, and this is another great buying opportunity that you don't want to miss. Now, if we go over price targets, the next level I see them reaching is right from where they fell, which is around 224 on the chart. And if they can break above that level, the next area we should start to see them go to is right around 240. Now, definitely, as I said before, keep this on your watch list. This stock moves kind of fast. As you can see, the last time it fell to the support, it had tremendous green days going straight back up to about 275. So you don't want to miss this dip on Square. As I said before, short term we'll see them go to about 225, and then from there I wouldn't be surprised if they can even reach back up to 275 by the end of the month, or even at the start of next month. So those are the top 5 stocks for June. Let me know what you guys think of all of them in the comment section down below, and whether or not you'll be buying any of them. And if you learned anything from this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. Also, don't forget to check out the Discord channel in the description down below if you want to ask me questions about anything stock related or investing related. I'll see you in the next one.